Bleach X. That time I got reincarnated as a slime by HollowKnight. Part 19. Invasion Part 2. Soul Reapers. They won. Captain Hitsugaya won. Alright. Scene change. Marichio is getting his ass kicked. A.N. No surprise, they're also finally figured out how to spell that name. Quincy. Tell me, where is the captain of your division? This I my third time asking this. I expect to answer. Marichio. Are you deaf or something? I've told you I don't know. She's not here, and even if she was, she wouldn't lose to someone like you. Quincy. So you refuse to AWNSER once again? Marichio. I even answered you, you just won't listen. Quincy. Then what if we change the question? The Quincy uses A.N. I'm not actually sure what to call her, but it's like a tentacle with a stinger. WTF is this? Either way. He uses it as it rushes past Marichio, who is confused before remembering who is behind him. Marichio. No, stop, don't. The stinger thing crashes as smoke raises. Marichio looks on in shock and fear. Diablo. My, the Quincy's and Marichio look up in shock at the new voice. Diablo. How strange, the man has obviously answered you question, and when you receive an answer you don't like, you ask it again as if it will change the question, then attack this poor child, forcing me to rescue the poor child. Strange, isn't it? I wonder, did I do it because my master is a teacher, or perhaps it's because of Lady Shizu? At any rate, it doesn't matter. The smoke settles to reveal Diablo is holding an unconscious Mario under his arm. Diablo. While I would love to face you and extract that information, I am afraid this child also shouldn't be here. Diablo looks at Marichio. Diablo. You there? Please take this child to Lady Shuna. Marichio. Why are you telling me to take my little sister to a stranger? Diablo. Do you truly believe her to be safe on the battlefield? Quincy. You are the butler to the individual known as Rimuru Tempest, formerly Ichigo Kurosaki. Diablo. Oh, you have heard of my master, how wonderful. Diablo looks at this Quincy with interest, a twisted cocky grin forming on his face. Scene change. The Quincy's are advancing on a group of Soul Reapers about to attack before the sound of a sword swinging catches everyone's attention. What feels like an eternity passes with nothing happening before blood sprays from the Quincy's bodies as they all drop to the ground. A woman standing behind all of them. She wears a captain's cloak, the number blocked from the Soul Reaper's view by her dark hair until the wind blows her hair out of the way to reveal a number 4 on the back of the captain's cloak. Turning to face the Soul Reapers, it is revealed to them that it is in fact Captain Unohana with her hair down. Flashback footsteps are heard in the darkness. Unohana barely breathing before Diablo comes into view. Diablo. My seems you took quite the attack. Unohana looks at the butler. Diablo. You seem to wish for death. Unfortunately, I cannot allow that. My master seems to have some respect for you, so in services to my master I shall save you. Unohana glares at the demonic butler. Flashback end. Soul Reaper. CA Captain Unohana. Unohana looks at the Soul Reaper that spoke, scaring him as he jumps back before more Quincy arrive. Unohana. Fight and live, or you can try and run. Soul Reaper. Captain Unohana's mad. Scene change. Diablo and the Quincy have a bit of a staring contest. Diablo throwing the girl to Marichio, who catches his little sister. Diablo. My orders are to gather information, but I was never told how to about doing so. Quincy. I desire the information on the captain of Squad 2's location. Diablo. I believe I'll torture you for a bit. Soy Fan. That won't be necessary. Soy Fan had blazed the Quincy miles away. Soy Fan. He wants to fight me, not you. Diablo. Getting in the way of my mission. Soy Fan. As a matter of fact, there are several other Quincy that way. Soy Fan points behind her with her thumb. Soy Fan. Why don't you leave this one to me, butler? Diablo. I don't think I will. Soy Fan. Is that right? Diablo. My master gave me my orders. Soy Fan. And they weren't to fight this Quincy. This one's mine. About to take a step towards an explosion goes off behind Soy Fan miles away. Diablo. My seems Lady Xian is having fun. Several strong outputs of energy begin to gather at one place. More explosions following. Diablo. Am you there, Quincy? What are you, Stern Ritter? I am a Stern Ritter. Diablo. I'd say that one over there is stronger. Does that make him higher up? Very well, I'll leave this fool to you, but get in my way again and it may be the last thing you do. Soy Fan. Sure, whatever you say. Diablo takes off heading towards the explosion as a giant beam of red energy fires off in one direction and a giant blue beam fires off in another. Part 20. Invasion Part 3. As the battles rage on, Diablo makes her way towards the blast of energy Soi Fan, blasting the Quincy away with her completed Shunko Soi Fan, calling it Mukyu Shunko. A Quincy by the name of Asken stands before Mayuri. Asken. Nope, I have a feeling it would take too much time with you. I'm giving up. Mayuri. Tell me, what does that mean, it will take time? Asken. It means that I'd have to try multiple different ways to get you to die. See, I'm really bad at these little things. I want to get it over with right away. Just go fight someone else. See ya. Asken begins to walk away, stopping after just a few steps, looking back at Mayuri, who hasn't moved an inch. Asken. Aren't you going to come after me, Mayuri? Not really. Feel free to leave. I also want some time to analyze your rays too. Or is it that you want me to come into your territory? Asken. How scary. I'm glad I haven't shown you my powers yet. Spiritual pressure comes down on all of them. Mayuri. This spirit energy belongs to Soi Fan. Asken. It seems she was able to fight without her Bankai, just like His Majesty expected. Taking your Bankai only made you relearn how to fight. You Reapers are scary. Meanwhile, Toshiro and Rangaku are battling against Baz as he comes out of the smoke, his clothes ruined. Baz. Man, look at what you did. My Sternritter uniform is completely ruined because of you. Toshiro. Damn, scene change. Soi Fan turns away from the Quincy, believing him to be dead before the stingers come and try to stab her. Soi Fan flips over them, grabbing one of them. Soi Fan. Still alive? Then Monster Quincy. Never mind. Soi Fan. Are you a robot? Mayuri would love you, Quincy. Your attack, Mukyu Shunko. I was able to gather extremely valuable data from the strike, but I am also disappointed if that is all you have. If it is, then there is no need for me to use the Bankai I stole from you. The Quincy attacks Soi Fan with multiple stingers. Soi Fan jumping into the air, covered by a smokescreen. Soi Fan. Did you think that would do me in? You're naive. Soi Fan brings her hand up but is stabbed through the hand by a stinger, with the Quincy appearing beside her. Quincy. I told you I was able to attain Soi Fan. Shit. Scene change. Diablo has made it to the site of the energy blasts. He stands on top of a building looking down at the ones who are battling. Diablo. Oh, looking down, Diablo sees the man who brought them here, Kazuki Urahara, a woman with purple hair next to him a few feet away, fighting a tall man in a strange shirt, a coin necklace around his neck, and a woman in revealing clothes with orange hair and hairpins that seem to have spirits in them. Diablo. Interesting. Chad and Orheim seem to be facing their own opponents, Orheim creating a shield. As the Quincy arrows hit the shield, it's as if the shield absorbs the energy, amplifies it, and throws it back. Diablo. Unfortunately, I do not see any high-ranking Quincy. A shame. Scene change. Baz. You were blabbering about my flames being weak, but let me tell you something. The Sternritter that were burned by your precious former head captain's flames are all alive, including me. Toshiro eyes widen at this. Karen look on slight shock. The most shocked out of all of them is Rangaku. Baz. And it's not because the flames missed them, so why do you think that is? It's because my flames could offset the old man's. With that said, now everyone stands in shock. Baz putting his hand against a pillar that begins to melt. Baz. It's too bad you don't have your Bankai anymore. Against the ice of your Bankai I could have shown you just how weak you are. It doesn't even take one finger. Toshiro swings his sword downwards at Baz, ice shooting out. Toshiro. Karen. Rangaku, get everyone out of here now, all by time. Rangaku. Captain. Karen cuts the air. A portal like the Garganta seems to open up. Karen. Everyone go now. The Soul Reapers rush through the portal. Toshiro creating a barrier of ice. Baz. A barrier made of finely weaved ice. That's white original, but let me tell you something, no matter what you do with your ice I only need one finger. Baz holds up a finger and points it towards the ice burner. Finger 1. A small beam of fire shoots out from Baz's finger, piercing the ice barrier and going straight through Toshiro's abdomen. Karen appears next to Jazz alongside Rangaku, both swinging their swords at him as he dodges the blade with our issue. Karen. Now leap Choyakushi. Karen blade glows a slight bluish-purple. Rangaku seeing this grabs Toshiro's and jumps back. Baz's eyes widen as a bright light rushes towards his face. Another Quincy showing up just in time and pulls Baz's down as the light counties to move through the sky before hitting a building and disappearing. The top building slides down and falls onto the ground in pieces. The two Quincy look at Karen. Her blade still has the glow, but her eyes are now glowing with a blue tint as well. To be continued.